What's going on, everybody? I'm MASECHABA NDLOVU. Welcome to MTV Base Roundtable Special Edition. Over the last year, the youth have really been standing up for the things that they truly believe in. There's been a call for many different things to fall, and patriarchy, that's male dominance and the inequality of women being one of them. So today we're going deeper into these issues with a group of very influential women who I'm pretty sure you'll have absolutely no trouble recognizing. This is the MTV Base Roundtable What Women Want Special Edition. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to it. This is the MTV Base Roundtable What Women Want Special Edition. The panel includes NOMZAMO, actress and mentor with a focus on high school women and career guidance, and ambassador for Women 24. THANDISWA, music icon, works closely with the Orlando Children's Home, focuses on hiring female staff, specifically on projects for empowerment. REFILWE MODISELLE, actress, presenter, model, motivational speaker, and focuses efforts on projects related to albinism. MONEOA, singer, actress, works closely with the Lebo Matosa Foundation, featured on the Global Goals campaign, focusing on women's rights. MOME, artist, mother, wife, reality star, and fierce believer of women's rights and empowerment. Welcome, ladies. It's so good to be in power with you.
We see what you did there.
All right. So 60 years ago, exactly on this day, Federation of South African Women marched all the way to the union buildings. They literally hit the streets to protest against a whole bunch of laws that were very oppressive to women. And in the process, they also formulated a women's charter, which ultimately was about improving and protecting the rights of women. And here's Femsi Rouge to break that down a little bit for us.
In 1956, 60 years ago, 20,000 women of all races marched to the union buildings to protest past laws. This was coordinated by the Federation of South African Women, a non-racial, non-political affiliated group that sought to highlight women's rights in South Africa. They also created the Women's Charter, which sought equality for the women of South Africa. Their aims were for the right to vote and to be elected to all state bodies, for the right to full opportunities of employment with equal pay and promotion, for equality with men in relation to marriage, property, and children, and for the development of every child through free and compulsory education for all, maternity homes, welfare clinics, creches, nursery schools, a proper home for all, and through the provision of amenities of modern civilization. For the removal of any laws that restrict free movement, that prevent or hinder the right to association and activity with democratic organizations, to build and strengthen women's sections in the trade unions, to cooperate with other organizations who share similar aims in South Africa and throughout the world, and finally, to strive for permanent peace throughout the world. Many women do not know what was in the Charter. And in 2016, 60 years later, women have new concerns that they would like raised. Let us add notes to the Charter for the women of 2016. We want more.
That was Femsi Rouge breaking down the aims of the Women's Charter that was drafted 60 years ago. So by the end of the show, we hope to establish what part of this charter is still relevant today, what part needs to be improved. Do we need to create a whole new charter for ourselves? And if so, what would you include inside that charter? So to help us along, MTV conducted a research questionnaire where they asked young ladies to talk about what their challenges are in different spaces. And what we've done is we've broken it down into 3 of the most important facets of people's lives, being family, being social life, and being work as well. So if you'd like to get the full research pack, you can do so by going on to MTV's website. So now we get to check out a video that pretty much demonstrates what some of the issues that women are having in the workplace are. So here's Mojack and Newsish pretty much demonstrating some of these challenges in true MTV style. Check it out.
So as you can see, we have a presentation here. It's all about budgeting for the upcoming quarter, and it's important that we make sure.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give him 1, and maybe 2 and 3 and 4. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry guys, really, this is really uncomfortable.
No problem, sweet chocolate. Yeah, well, he probably just like, you know.
Slipped his way to the top.
Yeah, look at him, look at that face. There's no way someone that cute could have gotten this job.
That's what I'm saying, like, he's way too cute for this.
Yeah, it's really cute. It's
So
adorable.
cute. Who helped you with this?
They're not just a pretty face then, eh? Give it a chat. I wonder if he's on Tinder.
Hey!
What happened? So I was like, can you at least just give me like a visa? You know, like it's girls' weekend. Like I'm not even trying to like play games. Like just don't crap my style on that. Like on a weekend though. Like get your own life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like come on, like make your own money.
I didn't have a man.
You know what I'm saying?
Sorry, can I just...
No stress. No,
Thank you.
please,
Thanks.
gentlemen first. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, squat
All
gang.
the way up.
On 100.
Cheers. How's the ass on that though? Hey?
I'm not sure,
Hello?
hey, like I feel like maybe we can
Beep, bop, ba doo, bop, beep, 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 beep. Hey, this is important. Ooh, not anymore. Sorry. How's it? So, Mojack, listen. Nice kicks. I see you.
Thank
Somebody
you.
bless you. Hey,
No.
give it. Anyway, so X's and Z's and ones and twos. How's it, friend? How are you doing?
listen.
Did you see the sale? I couldn't even deal. Payslip for you, buddy. Don't
okay.
even stress it. Listen, do me a favor, Jane Smith. Don't open it in front of him. You know how they are.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Because obviously, you know,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. What it is, girls. Damn. All right. Nice work. Okay.
Cheers. What's-
Got it. Got it. Oh, hold on. Huh? Sorry.
How much?
Sorry?
Out of interest, how much?
I'm gonna. Yeah.
Issues of equal pay, do you feel like you've been represented as a woman alongside male counterparts in a male-dominated industry? NOMZAMO?
Pay me for my time.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, now.
Thank you. I know the value of my time. When I know the value of my time, I tell you what the value of my time is.
Yes.
And that's it.
That's it.
And I think that's the main problem with women is that women are not bold enough to say what they want and to demand it. Men will go in there and they'll say, it's $1 million, sweetie. And you know, and the thing is, the person on the other side is also like, okay.
Yeah.
But when you're a woman and you say it's $1 million, sweetie, they're like, well, I mean,
You have to
hold on.
do that.
Excuse me, can you qualify this?
But when I check at the experience that I had as a person, I'm like, but why am I not getting paid the same? And I had to find out underneath the carpet because obviously these things are not things that are discussed.
Yeah.
And you feel like, but I'm here doing so much of the work. I'm doing so much of the work. Why can I not be paid the same as my male counterparts?
What about woman-on-woman discrimination?
I think there's no woman that hasn't encountered woman-on-woman discrimination, and I always find that it's because we're at a competitive level emotionally. It's not at a logical point of view. I find that women do that to each other because there's that syndrome that says, hey, look, she can't be better than me or whatever the case is, and it's never coming from an objective place where you're saying, you look, we are at work. We're here to feed our families, and a lot of women forget that.
I don't believe women help women enough in the workplace. And when I hear young girls say today, God, I wish I was in an office where there were more men or I wish my boss was a man, because it's tough to work with a lot of women. I'm going, are you nuts? You should be thrilled you're working with so many women. But then I hear the stories and I go, what's wrong with us women? We ought to be helping each other out.
I think competition is great, you know, but I know from my own personal experience in the music business that I've found great sisterhood in the music business. And it hasn't been so much about competition as it has been about just having sisters around me, because also the industry is so filled with men that I've lived off of the sisterhood. So I think it's there, but I don't think that, I think what tends to happen in society is that when women are competitive, then it's labeled something else.
Oh, let's definitely talk about the name issue. I mean, we get called, what, diva?
There's just emotional.
She's having a conversation about that. When you want things done the right way, you're called emotional, as if that's a bad thing. I'm a woman. Am I emotional? Sharp. Fine. Do the job.
Do the job. Just get it done.
Men in general feel entitled to your space, your body, to all of that. I mean, I remember when I was like really young in the business and we were starting off with Bongo Muffin, and somebody said to me, oh yeah, you guys, you know, this guy came to our rehearsal and he said, you guys sound really nice, you know, and the girl is beautiful. And I was like, what? And then he said, but you know, if you want to be famous in like the rest of Africa and the rest of the world, you must show these parts. And he said to me, I have to show the back of my thigh.
Things have really evolved now. In my era, it wasn't like that. During my times, when I was in high school, it was the earlier times where you were showing, but you weren't showing too much.
Exactly. There was the
now in this era, the way
Now
that
that
today
makes you, that
standards
builds
have
your brand.
evolved. For sure. Sexy is now, like even in terms of lyrical content, like the things that women used to say, we weren't as raw as we are now. Back then it was let me hold you. And sexy back then was a female.
There's another issue I'd like to discuss. Let's talk about the issue of being a mother in the workspace, because, you know, I had the craziest experience where when I was pregnant with my second-born child, at some point in the middle of a season of a live primetime show, some person decided that I cannot come to the show, even though we only had 2 shows left to record. Have you had any challenges when it comes to balancing the dynamics of being a woman or being a mother in the industry that you're in?
Okay, I'm a mother, I'm a wife, you know, and I work closely with my husband, which is my everyday challenge, because now running the business together, he's very traditional and he believes in what he was taught. And I'm just that woman where I'm like, Maramung is honestly speaking, it does not make sense. It can happen in the boardroom, it does not make sense, you know? But he's always on, but I'm a man, you know? Everything comes with, but I'm a man. And I'm like, yes, I'm a woman.
Tweet us your thoughts. Let's see what the experts have to say.
Women earn 28% less than men. Women only covers 3.6% at the CEO level. You find that it's only 306 women who can earn 5 million rand in a year, but you find 3,031 men earning that money. When we talk about issues of freedom, we also talk freedom about our economic status as women. So there's a lot that needs to be dealt with. We do have good legislations, but I think these issues need to be taken very seriously.
We have basic leave of about 3 months, 4 months for maternity leave for female employees. And for male employees, family responsibility of 3 days. If you've worked for a company for at least 4 months, we should be given equal time to spend at home, be with the baby, provide women with training, and we tell them these are your rights in terms of the basic condition of Employment Act.
That was some very insightful information right there. Do join the conversation. All the information is on our screen right now. Be part of the discussion, be part of the change. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back to the MTV Roundtable, What Women Want, Special Edition. I'm MASECHABA NDLOVU. So we're all just here with some very powerful women who are highly opinionated, who are making waves in the industry. We're discussing issues related to women, post-democracy. So now we're getting into our social life challenges. Take a look at this.
Hi.
How are you? I'm good, and yourself?
Well, thank you. Don't you have an umbrella? It's about to start raining, eh?
No, I'm just walking down here. It's okay.
Do you mind if I walk with you? Are you going to Rosebank or Hyde Park?
I'm just catching a taxi down the road.
Taxi. Where do you live?
Sorry?
Where do you live?
Just in the south.
Where in the south?
What?
I've got family that lives in Ridgeway.
Okay.
I've got another family that lives got DK.
Okay.
You know, so I'm quite familiar with the south.
It's not. You know.
I should drop you off, eh?
I appreciate the offer, but I'm gonna have to decline. Thank you so much. That's very sweet of you.
Okay, cool. Can I at least get your number?
I'm not really comfortable with that.
I promise I don't mean any harm. I'm just like, you know, here.
I know. It's okay, but I'm gonna go now. Okay. Cheers. Nice to.
Jeez, man. I was just trying to be nice and pay your compliment. You didn't have to be mean. Oh, Lolo, my pereza.
Hello. Hi. Hello. Hi.
Manje, why? How's your Steve?
Hi.
Listen, we up.
No.
Samba suka.
No, leave me alone.
Right.
No, please.
Okay.
No.
Pick him out.
Please, just leave me alone. Please, I'm asking you nicely. Just leave me alone. I'm gonna call the police. Okay? Just leave me alone.
Man, I want to be your friend.
Just leave. I
What's
can't.
on?
No.
What's on, man? What's on? What's up?
No!
Mahamba man. Vela kabuphi? Ibila unasibundu. Umubi. Okay, thank you. Yeah, downstairs, yes. Okay, thanks. Okay, bye. Hi.
I'm here to report a case of sexual assault.
Okay.
This is tough for me.
Yeah, just wait. Let me pull out my papers, just wait. Okay, it's fine, okay. What is your name?
David.
David, how old are you?
I'm 25.
David is 25. So, okay, what happened, David?
I went to a rave with some friends, and I had something to drink, and then...
Oh, you had something to drink? You're telling me you were at a rave in this outfit?
Yeah, what's wrong with what I'm wearing?
What happens at raves, David? You said you were drinking.
Sorry, officer, what does this have to do with...
Say, we are following procedure here. Were there girls involved?
How is this... Wait, how is this my fault?
I need to compile your file. Also, I'm about to get off work, so you're going to have to make this a bit fast.
What do you... This is serious, though.
What is also serious is the way you are dressed.
So there are obviously some social inequalities that must be addressed, namely male entitlement, namely issues of safety when it comes to us women. Have you ever been catcalled? Because that's happened to me, where this guy's like, hey.
Yeah. I've done that before. Yeah. The thing is, when you go and you show your aggression and say to somebody, don't call me like that, next thing you get called names.
Yeah. I have been right in front of my son.
I don't want to say the word, but exactly that. And it's amazing that because you did not take those advances, you are now put under the bus.
Mm-hmm. How do you think that links to male entitlement?
As women, we walk around the world thinking of, how can I make this space safer for me? Yeah. Okay, if I'm here and there's a bunch of guys there, can I cross the street and then maybe they won't bother me, you know? And I feel like it's also a cultural thing where men feel like this catcalling thing. Men feel like intokazi ukushelwa, indoda ukushela.
Right.
So they're very confused when we say we don't like it.
Do you know where it takes a very aggressive and drastic turn for me? When you think about lesbian women in the township who go through experience corrective rapes, where a man somewhere somehow feels that he is entitled to fix you, to change you. How dare you be into women?
This Saturday I was at home. It happened in my car.
Yeah. What happened?
I was driving. We had umcimbi ekhaya. So I was driving some people home. It was late, and we have this girl who's always been a lesbian. We've known her our whole lives, and we have Puzela. She's one of those. I say, you know. And one of the boys made a comment. Phela wenu intombazane. And everyone laughed.
And what's that supposed to mean?
And I thought to myself, and I thought to myself, how sad must that be?
Yeah.
For her.
And things like social and mainstream media as well. I mean, has anybody had any experiences? One particular thing that stands out for me is what a certain magazine did to Lerato Kganyago. That can never be right. Ever, 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 ever. I don't know why women didn't boycott that magazine altogether. Because it could be you.
When I decided to just start losing weight, right? 6 months, there was so much change in my life. People approach you differently. And I'll be like,
you lost weight,
baby. Yeah, trust me.
That's what
people approach you differently.
Yeah.
PR companies, owners, whatever people.
Very superficial space.
Yeah, they will invite you to their top events that you didn't actually fit in because you were fat. You're a mother of 2 kids. Do you get what I'm saying? Honestly speaking,
I can relate to it.
personally, I'm telling you. Because now I've lost weight. Some people that I've never even spoken to for the past years, but follow me on Instagram. Please come to this event. Like they will remind you 3 times.
Because you're skinny.
Please come because now they feel that you belong.
We accept you. You look sometimes my problem is that women are fighting to be in roles as a man. You're not indoor. And it's okay. It's really okay because there was a reason why we have. Listen, Thandiswa, there are people who want to be males. There are people who literally want to fight to be like males. You are not a male. You
Thandiswa wants you to break it down.
I want you to tell me what is it that I cannot do that a man must do?
He can give me kids like my daughter.
Listen, that's okay. But I'm just talking Guti. Do I say, hi baby, we need to put a nail in that wall. You're gonna do it because we're in order. Or can I also just do it?
No, you can do it. But what I'm saying is
that I would rather a man do.
You would rather he did it for you, but it's not because he's a man. It's just because he prefers to do that. Or is it? Or do you throw it at him and say, "What were you doing? Are you gonna do this?"
No.
I feel that as a woman, I don't want someone to prescribe to me what it is that I like.
Sure. Hold that thought. We must hear what the experts have to say.
We have beautiful laws in South Africa. We have the Sexual Offences Act, we have the Domestic Violence Act, which says a woman can apply for a protection order. But then you find the problem is implementing these laws. A woman would go to a police station and say, my husband is assaulting me, I want to open a criminal case. And then you find the police now wanting to be the mediator, to say, but how do you open a case against your husband? You find police don't even understand themselves what the Sexual Offences Act says, what is expected from them as police officers. So we're saying, let's continue to train our police officers and more education.
Generally, women don't feel safe in South Africa. If you're a woman and you have to work late, you think twice. The report, the Action 8 report, it showed that a lot of rape happens between going to school or coming back home. We've got women who are lesbians, and as a lesbian woman, you have the right to live. You have the right to movement. You were fighting for the right for a woman to be able to move. The fact of the matter, we are all human beings.
All right, so we've pretty much wrapped up the social injustices that women experience on a daily basis, and we want you to join the conversation. The details are right here on the screen. Be part of the discussion. Join the movement. Let's figure this thing out together, Bafwetu. So now, let's talk about something that's important to all of us, issues of family. Take a look at this.
Hey, can you just keep it down a bit?
Sorry?
Just like trying to put the baby.
I'm quite sure we've got other rooms, eh? Baby, where's the food? What's going on? What's happening?
I'm gonna feed the baby.
Okay, yeah, I can see that, but I'm hungry.
Here you go, Suzy.
Yeah, just, can you fix the aerial there take it to the left?
So?
The aerial. Just move it to the left. Keep it there.
Okay.
Back. Yeah, keep it there. Listen, Just get me something to drink quickly.
I'm just trying to put the baby to...
Okay, cool.
Maybe we can watch some TV together?
I feel like there's laundry that needed to be taken out, so I'm not sure how you're gonna make that work.
I could do that later, maybe.
Definitely, I need a shirt for tomorrow. I can't wear this one again. I actually had a meeting with Lwazi today. Just unlock the front gate.
Okay.
See you guys later. Bye.
Don't you want to take these?
No, it's cool, thanks.
Thank you.
That is a pretty hectic scenario, and I don't think it defines all men, but it is the reality of some women. So what are some of the challenges that you guys have experienced as women who have families, who come from families?
Oh, where do I begin?
The hardest thing I've had to live through in my family is having people understand that I'm not the typical woman and that I'm going to do as I please.
Do you ever get asked, when are you getting married?
Yes, I get asked when am I getting married by my partner.
Okay.
So funny. And I'm like, don't worry, boo, I'm gonna marry you one of these days. I don't think it's important to me. It's not so important for me to get married.
Tradition. Why is it that we're not at a point where we question those things that were said
certain
before,
parts of our culture,
but we're not asking and saying, but why are we still doing this way?
Okay.
You know, because like in certain cultures, they'll say that you don't see what the man does not go into.
When a woman is giving birth.
Yes, when the woman is giving birth, the man doesn't
you better
go
be
into
there because you were part of this.
Exactly. Why isn't that we don't question those things? Why is it attracted?
Yes.
Oh yes.
Why is
so
me and my husband
Look, it should depend on
he
the
was
man.
there in the labor room too.
It should depend on the men.
Culturally,
Some
why
men
isn't those
can't handle that.
conversations are not being had in terms of let's reevaluate what was said there before, you know? And actually, Sigut, does it work even in this day and age?
Yeah.
Does it work for us as women?
Generally, and I'll say in the in the black culture, our mothers are easier on the boys in the house.
You say so?
No, definitely. The boys get away with a lot. They get away with a lot. Hey, but we are mazi nje ukuthi unjani usibani. But when you're not allowed, there's no rule.
You have to be preserved.
No, when you are told what to be. You can't be with we are mazi nje ukuthi unjani.
You know where I think that comes from.
And it's like, no, actually, I need to rest.
But I think that's also dependent on the household.
I still respect that because I think it's when a mother is protecting a flower. That's what a girl is, you know. And a boy, mothers know which uzoba right. It doesn't matter what happens. He will be okay.
I disagree with that.
No,
I feel like that.
It cannot be equal. Can I make an example of what I mean with boys getting away with a lot of stuff? Namhlanje, there's a roster. Mondays, Monday when washes each, Tuesdays so and so is washing the dishes. Tuesday, Uspiwe is supposed to wash the dishes. Uspiwe doesn't wash the dishes. You've washed the dishes on Monday.
He's at soccer.
He's at soccer, but Ushilo, please wash them for. No, I won't do it. But the mom will actually wash the dishes for Uspiwe. You go to choir practice, you come back
you wash those dishes.
They are waiting.
If you look at like the traditional like village life of a woman, she has no time to think of anything outside of her domestic responsibilities. She wakes up in the morning, she goes to the river to fetch the water, she goes to the forest to get the firewood, she comes back, she's cooking, she's cleaning, it's the children. She has no space to think of anything for herself. And when you get married, you are sat in a room and told how a woman behaves inside a marriage. And these, I think that's the problem that like a lot of modern women are having is, okay, fine, I can understand how to keep peace in the house, but I have to be an individual in this thing. I can't just like merge into this mother-wife thing that doesn't have individual desires, individual.
But I also think it's a conversation that you have with your partner.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Exactly.
It's a conversation that you have between you and your partner.
But that's where the culture comes in.
The culture comes in, but your partner lends you. Do you understand? There's a conversation that you have with your partner. If he sees that you're not the type of woman who's like this and that, then you're going to break away from each other.
Hold on a second, ladies. Let's talk about smoking and drinking. there are more female closet smokers than there are men closet smokers.
You should measure yourself because there's a sense of respect just for you, and not because you are forced to be a lady.
And
but
that is
because you
still
don't
a
want
choice.
to walk out of a space. But I'm saying that it's a personal thing. But what I'm saying is, Thandiswa, doesn't come from a space of, oh, I'm forced to be a lady. It has to come from you, from your own principles and values. Your personal choice.
Exactly.
But do they talk like that?
Yes,
We judge him. I would judge a guy who
judge a drunken
guy. I would judge a drunken guy.
I see drunk guys almost every day.
Yeah, but
Moneoa.
Excuse, can I talk?
Yes.
There is a guy. God damn. Okay. I feel like nobody's in any position to judge anybody for anything.
Not judging.
It is technically. Why? How could you ask why are you passing in the club? Because I'm drunk in the club. I'm living my life. Look, I think everybody has the right to experience whatever they want to experience in this life. Life is too short.
That's what. But
live it good. Live it full.
There's limits.
No, there's limits for you, girl. There's no. I feel like
Let's hold that thought. Okay, clearly we're very passionate about these issues. So we'd like for you to join the conversation, and you can tweet us. After the break, we'll be discussing exactly this. Don't go away. Welcome back to the MTV Base Roundtable, What Women Want, special edition with me, MASECHABA NDLOVU. So just before we went to the ad break, we've been engaging in a robust debate about family issues that led to the issue of how we raise our boys versus how we raise our girls. And, you know, I just need the two of you to just clarify your perspectives on this, please.
All I was saying is that people have various stages in their lives where they do things, where they experience things. That's why when we have a high school stage where we're going crazy, varsity, you figure, like, you know, you get to varsity, you go crazy, whatever, beer, whatever. And then you transition into the adult stage where you're more responsible.
Which you are at now, right?
Exactly. No. Now, all I'm saying is I am at the adult stage. So I know better than to be drunk in the club and passing out of the club. However, there are still some people, because I've been there before.
Don't be spicy.
Why is it wrong? I'm not saying it's wrong. I didn't say it was wrong.
Know better?
Exactly. Listen, all I'm saying is allow that person to go through it and to discover that themselves. Uguti wrong on me right. Or allow people to have freedom to make mistakes. You know what I mean? Like,
I hear that.
Like, I feel like no, but honestly, I've been drunk in my life. I've lived my life. I've done the crazy stuff.
Yeah. Let me just tell Moneoa something. Like, for me, there is nothing decent, or there is no way you can find a decent way of being drunk and sleeping in a club.
That's your judgment. That's your judgment.
That's just how I see it. Yes. That's how
it is a judgment. It is a judgment.
It's principle. But it's a
perspective.
Because you can see there's something wrong with it. So why must it not be a problem or not be wrong if I see someone doing that?
I'm not saying it's not right.
Tomorrow,
guys,
when you bump into him and he makes
I'm not saying it's right.
You go out with him,
Okay, hold on a
knowing that on weekends he gets drunk like that.
Listen,
Does this not go back to the issue of safety at the end of the day?
Yeah.
Because there is we are plagued by a very sad rape culture in South Africa. So we're not saying there's something a woman could do to attract rape. We're just saying,
Or to prevent it.
what would you teach your girl child? Wouldn't you sit her down and say to her, listen, no one has any right to touch your body?
Yes.
Or should you not tell your boy child you're not entitled to touch a woman or anybody touch you?
I think that's the main
whether
thing.
Or not she's sleeping on them.
That's the main thing. The main thing is to teach your boy child that they are not entitled to anybody's bodies, whether that person is drunk
on the floor,
or whatever they are.
When
You don't let them do that.
And also that you're not entitled to a woman. Yes. She is your queen.
Let's hold that
She is
thought.
your blessing.
She is your blessing, and she gave birth to you. Let's treat our women like we treat our mothers, like we treat our sisters. Let's hope you treat your mothers with respect. Let's check out what the experts have to say about this.
I remember one time I was asking my boy child to do some laundry for the youngest brother. And he looked at me and he said, "Hi, Mama, I'm amazed." He was shocked that I left his two sisters and asked him to do the chore. There are no gender-specific chores in this home. If I need somebody to do something for me, I'll pick any of my kids.
Our media plays a major role. During the Mother's Day period, one major company advertised washing machine for the rest of the month. I was so angry. And during the Father's Day period, they were advertising TV. If you are a man and you know that everything comes with a silver platter, it is not easy to give away that role. So that is why we also encourage men during our interventions to say, if you find yourself defaulting, it is not the end of the story. You can start again.
I believe that I am human first, then I'm either female or male. Principles are principles. There are certain behaviors I don't condone for both male and female. At the core of who we are both just beautiful and fragile souls. The problem is we are not even intentional in the kind of society that we want. And there aren't enough social movements to make sure that we become this person that we want to see in 50 years' time.
So now that we've touched on all the issues that were raised in our research, I think it's quite clear that there needs to be some kind of radicalization of the Women's Charter, right? So this is just a process that we're going to engage in to see how we can make it more relevant to young women today and how we can move the country and the world forward. I'll start with you, NOMZAMO. What would you...
You won't get it.
What would you change or modify? That means add or take away one thing in the Women's Charter.
You know what? The sad thing is that most of the things that are in that charter, we're still fighting for them to this very day. And we're still going to be fighting for a very, very long time for this world to take a girl child seriously, to take a woman seriously.
All right. What does that mean in terms of the charter?
I think what it means more than anything is make it available out there for young women to know. It needs to be taught in schools. It's shocking that it's actually not. It's not part of the syllabus, you know, and not just the syllabus in primary school, but continually.
I love the part about adding it into the syllabus. That's a very tangible thing that we can put in the Women's Charter. Fifi, very briefly, what would you add or take away?
I think from a holistic and a family point of view, let's teach both our boys and girls the same principles, so that we're in a system where nobody is excluded and there's equality for both.
All right. Thank you. MONEOA?
I would definitely add something in there about social standards. I feel like women are constantly pressured to put themselves out there in a certain manner. I think that women must feel empowered, just being talented and good at whatever it is that they do. So I would definitely put something in there about that.
King Tom?
Oh, God. I just think that it wouldn't be something that I would add to the charter per se, but I think that it is about educating society in general about the fact that a woman is her own person and she shouldn't be afraid of her own anger. Like, you should be, when you're angry, do it, show it, because women are afraid to do that. And you just speak up. Don't be afraid of your own voice. Don't be afraid to fight.
All right. Ms. MOME, very briefly, what would you add to the Women's Charter to make it more relevant to women today?
Especially to the young girls, man, you know, marriage is not an achievement. Can we stop depriving women their independence? Like, you know,
I thought you were going to say conjugal rights.
Yes, you know, like allow us.
That is the Freedom Charter. The Women's Charter.
Add that, yes. Allow us, you know, allow us to be, we're not in competition. We're not competing with you, but let our voice be heard too.
Thank you for bringing yourselves. What a powerful conversation with power women.
We need another one.
I did it again.
You did it again.
Well, it's been such a wonderful experience here chatting with my sisters at the Constitutional Hill, and it couldn't be a more relevant place to be right now. Post-democracy and everything that we fought for, the things we are still fighting for, every single thing that's that's been said around this table, that's been proposed, is absolutely relevant. I would just make it legally binding. It should be legally binding that women with a certain skill set should earn as much as their male counterparts. It should be legally binding that a woman has access to free education. But we want to hear from you. We want to know your thoughts. Leave your comments on our social media pages. And thank you so much for being part of this discussion. I'm MASECHABA NDLOVU, and this has been the MTV Roundtable What Women Want Special Edition.
Cash flow streaming down like my water, tryna get bongo, zaga, bongo, zaga. Want my cash flow streaming down because I'm just tryna get paid. Bongo, zaga, bongo, zaga. Want my cash flow streaming down like my water. I don't wanna be broke. I don't wanna be broke when I fly first class, not coach, and I wanna eat lobster. Drink so rich when I piss, gotta sit up in a posture. Oh, I ain't got a ballerina flow. I'm trying to keep you on your toes, and I wanna get paid. Man, I wanna get paid. Money running through my mind all day. You can take a break, no way. Money never sleeps, so I gotta push past. Trying to be a boss, can you see my briefcase? Trying to make a list, but you tell me no space. Okay, okay, I get